Hi everybody, this is the Be Prepared channel. I am Long Snow Zim. Hey, I wanted to go ahead and I've been promising you guys for a really long time to get you guys some video and explain a little bit about our projects and what's going on. And so today I'm going to go ahead and I've already recorded these videos before, but unfortunately what ended up happening is I've recorded them holding the camera phone in the wrong orientation, and so it really turned out badly. I posted to several of them, and I found out that they were sideways. So today I'm going to go ahead and re-record these because I've been promising you guys for a long time. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Prepper Homestead and the Urban Homestead specifically. And I'm starting from ground zero here. I had rented out my house as I had been bouncing around all over the country, going from job to job. And so I ended up having to come back to Colorado and resume possession of my home. And renters don't have a real strong interest in taking care of your place, so things kind of went to heck. So what we're doing here is we're starting from ground zero. I think I told you guys last year that we were trying to buy a farm in Nebraska. That didn't quite pan out. So now I'm back here trying to regroup in an emergency type fashion where I can go ahead and regroup and make this our bug-in location and try to make this the best possible growing space possible. So we're going to focus on sustainability. We're going to be focusing on permaculture, a technique and a design where we take the existing natural systems and we help them along. I live in a very congested area in Colorado, and it really is it is not the ideal situation, but then again, I'm not a rich guy, as you'll soon see from the shots here. I want to show you my lawn as we're starting here. We're starting, like I say, from ground zero. In our area, our metropolitan water district has lost its water rights, so we have water rationing here. If I was to pan and show you like my neighbor's lawn, just very briefly, and down the street and across, you'll see that a lot of the lawns don't exist. Because nobody can water. If they do water, the restrictions are pretty steep, and it's a very progressive water rate for the charges. So it's ridiculous. What we're going to do this year is I'm going to focus on trying to convert as much of the landscape space as possible into a water catchment system. And I'm going to try to capture as much water off the roof and direct it into my landscape as much as possible. I want you guys to see ground zero, because ground zero here is really, I want you guys to know that I'm starting off like many people, because I was focused on trying to get something done someplace else. We don't have anything in place here. I don't really have a garden in place here. I really don't have anything in place. So this year we are going to be literally building from ground zero. So I want you to see, now my home is on a very busy street, as I'm sure you can hear the street noise. There's lots of cars, lots of traffic. And my landscape is on a hill. The hill slopes from west to east. It's a fairly decent slope. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of a technique called swales in permaculture. And with permaculture swales, we're going to take and we're going to make the landscape capture as much water as possible. And in that process of capturing water, we're going to use the natural contour of this hill to go ahead and cut these swales. And in the front yard, what I envision doing this year is I envision us taking and trying to make this into a mini orchard here in the front. I'm going to be ordering some dwarf variety trees, and we're going to go ahead and cut the swales across the contour of the hill here from the house going out towards the street where I'm standing on the sidewalk. I'll try to step out in the street here so I can run over. And so you can kind of see. Now, over here, you can see where there's maybe some dirt here. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but we had a major emergency with a sewer line collapsing that happened just before Christmas, and so that was an expensive ordeal in getting that fixed, and we were out of water and sewer for a week, and which taught me a valuable lesson about being prepared and how to address issues with whether it's your water or whether it's your septic and waste management. And I think I briefly touched on some of that in a podcast, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into a lot of depth as we talk about how we transition from a systems dependent lifestyle to a systems independent lifestyle as much as possible. I want you guys to see the landscape here. It's an absolute desert. There's absolutely nothing here as far as anything growing. I've got some shrubs up next to the house that really need to be trimmed back. Somehow they manage to survive without watering. So I'm hesitant to do too much with that, but I'm going to try to convert as much of this lawn space into a garden space. And I want you guys to to get an idea of what it is that we're starting from, and hopefully you kind of get a feel. I'm going to try to show you the progress as we go through each project, and by going through each of these projects, and you get to see the phases of the project, hopefully you'll get an idea of just how much you can do. This is really a greening the desert experiment. And I want to see, after seeing Jeffrey Lawton, if you go out and Google or go to YouTube and look up greening the desert and take a look at what you can possibly do with permaculture techniques. I'm hoping that we can do that here in this little landscape. This is my front lawn, and hopefully in the next couple of months we'll see a major transition as we try to convert this space into a lush green growing space capable of supporting itself. And hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you next time.